ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलम् श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितां च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपीकांता राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। सभी को धन्यवाद, सभी को प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा। एक मिनट शेयर करो।
प्रभु जी आ रहे हैं ना आज?
उतना फोन नहीं ज्ञान तेरा, मैं करता हूं। एक मिनट, रोज फोन करता हूँ, आज भूल गया है। एक फोन करता हूँ, पहले फोन लगा देता हूँ, तो शेयर भी करता हूँ। मेरा पढ़ रहे हो?
हाँ पढ़ूंगी, मैं पढ़ूंगी सर।
हाँ जी।
शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात्। शरीरम बॉडी yet as much as avapnonti gets, yet that which also api virtually utkramati gives up. Ishvaraha, the lord of the body, grititva, taking itani, all these, samyati, goes away, vayuhu, air, gandhan, smell, iva, like ashyat, from the flower. The living entity in the material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another as the air carries aromas. Purport. Here, the living entity is described as Ishvara, the controller of his own body. If he likes, he can change his body to a higher grade. And if he likes, he can move to a lower class. Minute independence is there. The change his body undergoes depends upon him. At the time of death, the consciousness he has created will carry him on to the next type of body. If he has made his consciousness like that of a cat or dog, he is sure to change to a cat's or dog's body. And if he has fixed his consciousness on godly qualities, he will change into the form of a demigod. And if he is in Krishna consciousness, he will be transferred to Krishna Loka in the spiritual world and will associate with Krishna. It is a false claim that after the annihilation of his body, everything is finished. The individual soul is transmigrating from one body to another, and his present body and present activities are the background of his next body. One gets a different body according to karma, and he has to quit this body in due course. It is stated here that the subtle body which carries the conception of the next body, develops another body in the next life. This process of transmigrating from one body to another and struggling while in the body is called karashati or struggle for existence. सभी को धन्यवाद सभी को.
Thank you, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
बहुत बहुत
हरे
धन्यवाद.
कृष्णा प्रभु जी. हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
So today we are going to read from 15th chapter and shloka number
8.
I think 8. Okay.
8.
8. Okay. The living entity in the material world carries his different conception of life from one body to another as the air carries aroma. Thus he takes one kind of body and again quits it to make another. So thank you all for joining today to this early morning Bhagavad Gita class. So today, so in the shloka, in the previous shloka, in yesterday, we discussed how the Lord's abode, how the Lord's abode is the place where none of the things from the material world can reach. So we discussed that this body is made up of five elements, which is made up of matter, and Lord's abode is spiritual, which is transcendental world. So uh, we understood how the material things cannot reach in the spiritual world. So for us to reach in the spiritual world, we should have a spiritual body. Our spiritual body only can reach to the spiritual world. So now in this shloka, Lord is explaining how that can happen, how we can reach to the spiritual world, and that process is defined here. That we can reach the spiritual world based on our consciousness, and whatever is there in our consciousness at the time of death, accordingly we will reach the destination. So often we would have heard, and mostly when we are studying, so we are often told by our elderly relatives and parents that man is the maker of their own destiny. So previously, when I used to hear this, I used to think, whether how come we are the maker of our own destiny. because how hard we will try, we will only get what we are destined to get. But over the time, I realized no, we are actually, the destiny means doesn't mean some material gain. If we see in depth, the destiny basically means things which cannot be gotten by a material body, or destiny means what next body or which kind of next body we are going to take in the future post our departure from this body. So, as Lord's very categorically and straightforwardly told in Bhagavad Gita at this outset itself, that the body transforms from childhood to boyhood to adulthood, and gradually it declines, and one leaves this body to get another body. Just like somebody changes a torn out cloth with a new cloth. So this process is a continuous process, and it will keep on occurring time and again until otherwise we achieve the spiritual abode of the Lord. We achieve Vaikuntha. So we have to understand that human form of life is very very precious, and why it is very very precious. So somebody can question, okay, so other species of life is not precious. No, other species of life is also precious, but the most precious, the most precious and the most rarest of them is the human form of body, because this is the only place where we can choose what we want to do, and that will depend, and we can choose, even though we can choose, we choose what we want, but but it's very hard to get that in material world. Most of the time we have lots of desires, we are choosing so many things, but even though we choose, there are chances that we don't have sufficient money as well. Oftentimes we go for shopping, and when we come across some cloth or some product which we want to purchase, but because we are not able to pay the price, we like it and we have to leave it out because that is not in our budget. Similarly, this body gives us the opportunity to choose among the 84 lakh species of life, and the price we have to pay is our consciousness. Then we have to develop our consciousness in such a way that we are able to pay that price of the body we want to take. I mean, if you see in normal life also, there might be a product which you are not able to purchase at this moment because you don't have sufficient money. Then what we have to do? We have to go out, and we have to work hard, we have to arrange money, and finally, when we have sufficient balance, we can come and purchase. Similarly, no, similarly, we have to decide what we want to be in our next life, and regardless whether our because of our karmic reactions, our karmas, papa and punyas, good deeds and bad deeds, we will get happiness and distress. Nobody can stop that, but we can decide what we want to do, whether we have to continue to suffer the good and bad deeds, or we want to get out of this repeated cycle of birth and death. So Bhagavad Gita basically focuses, Krishna basically focuses, his main focus is to make us understand that this human form of life is very very precious, and we have to not waste this human form of life in some kind of activities which is mundane in nature, which doesn't yield so many things. So we have to focus, and we have to be very attentive in achieving the perfection of our human form of life. That is Krishna Prema, the love of Godhead. That is where we have to be very, very careful not to waste a single moment of life in doing some kind of mundane activity. Chanak Pandit says that a moment lost cannot be gained even after paying millions of dollars, or millions of
Yes.
gold bars. You cannot, if you say, okay, I will give so much gold mines to you, can you reverse the time? It will not be reversed. And and so we have to be very, very very, very crystal clear in what we want to achieve. We have to be very, very grateful to the acharyas and the devotees who helps us understand the scriptures and helps us to mold our life in a positive direction. Right now, we see most of the population is ill informed. They're not focused. They're not aware what they have to do. But gradually, but gradually, the devotees, sooner or later, or as soon as one start to associate with the holy scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and all, our our thoughts, which were till now adorned with doubts and 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 non-clarity of thoughts, becomes very clear, that we understand who we are, why we are here, and what we have to, or what we want to achieve by this body, because everything in this world have some purpose, and understanding the purpose is very, very important. Until otherwise you understand what is your purpose, you are not going to go anywhere, and everything have purpose, that's for sure. Problem is, we don't question, or we don't try to identify what is the purpose of our life. And most of the time, or we can say all the time, we we, we exploit our energy where for things which actually doesn't mean anything. Even after gaining that, it is not going to change anything, because the things which we are gaining in this material world cannot be carried away, cannot be taken to the next body. So 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 regardless of how much wealth we accumulate, how much fame we accumulate, how much name we accumulate, all these things are temporary in nature. So a intelligent person will try to. Prabhupada says that there are people who are struggling so much hard, they will do a lot of austerity so as to get some kind of a siddhi, some kind of a trick wherein they can trick the people. But that is not the ultimate motive, and we should not waste our time to gain that siddhi, because all these siddhis and all, they cannot be taken along with us in the next body, because all this information will be lost. So instead of that, we should try to develop our consciousness towards developing towards Krishna, and that can be done very easily. That is not some rocket science. That can be done very easily, and acharyas have shown the way. We have to simply follow the path of the acharyas, the spiritual mentors, and we have to simply listen to what they say. See, if you want to raise your consciousness in such a way that you want to always remember, or you, first of all, we have to understand, if you want to remember someone, if you are remembering someone, constantly, that means you have attraction towards that person. That is the first thing. So the point is, instead of getting attracted to a mundane thing, we should dovetail our attraction toward the Lords, toward Krishna. And then if you're and then comes this point that if you're remembering someone, that means you're really attracted. That's why you're remembering someone day in and day out. So right now, Prabhupada explains in his purports that even though we are part and parcel of Krishna, even though even though we are part and parcel of Krishna, somehow or the other we have forgotten our relationship with Krishna, who is our supreme Father. And because we have forgotten our relationship with him, our Father is a very rich man. I mean, Lord Himself is the proprietor of everything. In 15th chapter, 15th shloka, Krishna says, Bhoktaram yagatapsam sarvalok maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam gyatvam chantirikshati. That he is proprietor of everything in this world. And then, and he owns everything. It's not that he's a pauper. He's the richest person in the whole creation. I mean, he's the creator of whole creation. So he owns everything. But what has happened? His children, like us, we have revolted against him, and then we have ended up in this material world where we are suffering for daily needs. All of us, we can say there are different kind of sufferings, and we have to go through it. Be it material, be it related to wealth, be it related to health. So many things we are suffering. So all these sufferings can be simply sorted out by how it can be sorted out. It can be sorted out only when we decide that okay, enough is enough, and let us go back to our Father, who is the richest person in the whole creation. And for that, we have to revive our lost relationship, the Father. So currently, Prabhupada says that Krishna consciousness is dormant in our all of our hearts. It's not that Krishna consciousness is something new. It's always there in our heart, but it is in a dow state. What we have to do with the help of a spiritual master, we have to simply inflame it again. We have to burn it again. We have to give some air so that it can reignite the fire. So similarly, we have to reignite the fire in our heart, which is already in dormant state. We have to wake it up. And for doing that, we have to follow the path of devotional service. So devotional service is very, very simple, very, very easy. And by performing devotional service, what happens is our attraction to other lords increases. Srila Prabhupada gives a very simple example. Sometimes, people say, why don't I have any attraction for Krishna? How I will pass the this material, how I will pass this material world. So Prabhupada says that even though you don't have attraction, you have to try all the ways and means through which you can get attracted to the Krishna. And that will happen by performing services, devotional services. So right now, Prabhupada says that that we have to engage ourselves in Krishna's service, because love can develop only by service. There is no other way through which love can develop. There is sometimes we feel there is a spontaneous love between some man and woman or a boy or a girl. So that love is nothing but that is infatuation. That is nothing but love, but it's lust in a form of a kind of a sexual attraction, wherein a woman or a boy or a girl is attracted sexually. But even otherwise, and that doesn't last very long. That is very momental. But to develop pure love is to serve, and pure love. The definition of pure love is that regardless somebody takes care of you, or he neglects you, or he or she doesn't even bother about you, still you continue to serve him or her. That is the definition of pure love. And the the gopis of Raja is a very relevant example of that. If you see them, they are not very learned. I mean, Prabhupada tells that these ladies of Raja are not very learned scholars. They have not done some PhD, DM, and all. They have not acquired some degree. They are pure, simple-hearted ladies, girls, cowherd girls, but they have supreme affection for Krishna. That if they doesn't see Krishna, they even leave their body. There's so much attraction. I mean, all of us can judge ourselves. Say, for example, is any of you who is present here feel bad if they don't take darshan of the Lord deities every day? There are days when the whole day we are not able to see the lotus face of the Lord. We are not able to take darshan of the deities in our house itself. Don't we feel any remorse for that? No, we don't feel any remorse. But these gopis, they feel so much remorse. They feel so much bad that they leave their body. They die. And in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, there is a similar story. There is a story of Yagnik Brahmanas. So there was a bunch of, once what happened that Krishna and Balram, as we all know that they are cowherd boys. They are not cowherd boys. They are the Lord, but they are for the pleasure of their devotees. They are doing Leela pastimes so that the devotees can relish it. So they are herding the cows, and while herding the cows, they it is mid afternoon, and somehow they're feeling very hungry. So these childrens, all the cowherd boys, they approach Krishna and Balram and tell that we are feeling very hungry. Can you do some arrangement of some food and all, because we should eat something. There are times, when we go to school, when we were going to school, or we were going to some playground, and we forget our lunch bags. So what we used to do, we used to go to the nearby shop and then get some vada pav and all this kind of stuff. So these boys, they are coward. They are living in the forest. They don't have some hawker selling some foodstuffs. So they approached Krishna and Balram because they were all in central of Krishna and Balram, and they knew that any problem if they have in their life, only Krishna can solve it. And then they were very surrendered as well. But for us, we don't have that surrenderance, and we don't have that faith that Lord can solve any of our problems. So what we do, we approach so many things, we try to do so many things, and then finally when we think that okay, nothing can be done, then we approach the Lord. Okay, Lord, I have done everything. Now your turn. Can you help me? But these cowherd boys, they Krishna and Balram were their heart and soul. So they did not run hither and thither for support. Finally, they would directly come to Krishna. Okay, now this is a problem, you solve it. And then, out of pure compassion and love towards these cowherd boys and girls, Krishna used to do everything they needed. So these boys approached Krishna and told, okay, they are feeling hungry, what to do? And Krishna told, okay, don't worry. Nearby, you go, you see there is a nearby village. I mean, in this village only, there are some brahmanas who are doing yagya, and they have prepared lot of bhoga. You simply go and tell them that Balram and Krishna are around and they are feeling hungry. If you can give us some foodstuffs, and then we can partake and quench our hunger. So these some boys from their group, they went to the place where this yagya was happening, and what they did, they did a prostrate and pranams, and then they told, they requested, they informed that Balram and Krishna are around and they're feeling hungry, and they have requested if you can give us some food so that we can quench our hunger. And the moment these brahmanas heard this, they got little bit angry uh, and irritated. They told, "How come you're asking food stuff from us when the bhoga itself is not, it is not offered to the Lord, and nobody can partake the food until it's offered to Krishna. I mean to Lord Vishnu, because Krishna says, "Yagyasishtashinashanto मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल विषय भुंजते दुखम पापम ये पचन्ते आत्म कारणात्." That if you are taking something and taking something without offering it to Krishna, without offering it to Lord, then what you're taking sin. And Krishna himself is the proprietor of the yajna, the main intaker of whatever offerings are being put in the yajna. He's the yajneshwar. He's the lord of yajna. So the yagnik brahmana told, no, 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 we cannot give any foodstuff until we finish our yajna, because it should be offered to the Lord, and then only it can be given to anyone, be it a child also. And then they shoot them off. Now you get lost from here. And these child, they became very morose, and then reached. Then Krishna asked what happened, and then these boys narrated all that happened over there. And then Krishna smiled. Balram also smiled, and then Krishna told, "No, don't do not worry. These brahmanas are thinking that they can give. I'm here in itself. They are thinking that I'm somewhere else. Never mind. What you do, you all go, and in the next room, or next in the same area, you can go and meet the wives of these brahmanas. Go and tell them that Krishna and Balram are here and they are hungry." Then initially few boys were hesitant. Why the husband have denied? Maybe the wife also will tell, get lost. But because Krishna and Balram are telling, they say, okay, we will go. Then another set of boys, they went to that the wives of these Yagnik Brahmanas, and they prostrated again, and then they told to these ladies that Krishna and Balram are around, they are feeling very hungry, and can you offer some foodstuffs? The moment these ladies, they heard that Krishna and Balram are here and they are in the nearby area, immediately all the food stuff which were prepared, all the food stuff, all the bhoga which were prepared for offering to Vishnu in the yajna, all these ladies, all these cowherd girls, they took all the food stuff and they said, okay, let us go. And they started running towards with the food stuff to the place where Krishna was there. And these yagnik brahmanas, their husband, they started trying to stop. They stop, 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 stop. Where are you going? We have not yet offered the food to the Lord. Why are you taking it away? But none of them listened. None of them paid any heed to the cries of their husband. They took all the food stuff in front of Krishna, and they stood there, and then without with pure love, they offered it to Krishna. But 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 some of them, some of these ladies, they were not able to join this group. Why? Because their husband held their hand. The moment they saw running, some of them, they held the hand of their wives. Some of them catch hold of their wife's hair. Don't go there. And these ladies were so much engrossed in pure love of the Lord that they left their bodies. Can you imagine? We are leaving our body just because somebody is stopping us from meeting the Lord. They left their body. They simply passed away. They died just because they were not able to take darshan of Krishna. So this is the kind of love and attraction. Have 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 any of us experienced this pain of not meeting our loved ones? to such an extent that we leave our body? I don't think so. And we would
No,
have not seen someone in such
just
a
to,
pain and
mm,
anguish
correct.
that he or she leaving the body just because he's separated from his loved ones. So that is the pure love that we have to develop towards Krishna. And this kind of love and anguish and attraction will not get generated in a single day. This takes ages. This will take years of service. And not just service, service with love, service with compassion, service with attraction, service with surrenderance. So that is what is required. And this process of devotional service, this chanting the holy name, helps us attain that. So the basic principle Prabhupada says that if you want to get attracted towards someone, the basic thing one should do is to hear about that particular thing. If you hear the glories of certain thing again and again and again and again, what happens? It develops a kind of attraction. So Prabhupada says that if you want to go to America, is don't go to America just by thinking, oh, I want to go to America. First, listen about America. Listen about the cities. Listen about the beautiful cities, the architecture and all. If you gradually keep on listening, then what happens? Oh, this place is such a nice place. I want to be there. You develop that quest. You develop your desire only after hearing about it again and again. Similarly, we have to also develop that desires and attraction. And for that, if you want to meet Krishna, if you want to achieve Krishna, if you want to go to the spiritual world, then every day we have to hear about the glories of the spiritual world or glories of Krishna or how attractive Krishna is. Then we can develop that attraction. And this daily classes which we are keeping or which is being held on daily basis is one of the means through which we can develop that attraction because in this class, in this discussion, in this forum, we are not discussing any mundane thing. We are day in and day out, we are discussing about the glories of Krishna. So this is the first step because hearing is very most important activity for developing the desire. Just by seeing a car, you cannot develop an attraction. First you see the look, but then the attraction is developed only after hearing the glories of it. Yes or no? They will the salesman will tell us the features. Huh?
Yes, yes.
Uh, the salesman will tell, okay, this is automatic, this is semi-automatic, this is this, so many
Yes.
airbags are there. You can reach 100 kilometer in 2 seconds, this, that, and all. So you have to hear the glories, and then the attraction will be firm. Similarly, we have wasted our life now by hearing the glories of so many things. Now it's a very opportune and peak time to hear more about Krishna, more about the Lord. And the more we hear, the more attraction will get developed. And once the more attraction gets developed, then we try to search the means through which we can achieve that. So once you are very convinced, once you have heard a lot of glories, then you desire, okay, now I want to get it. Then what you will do? You will see your budget. Oh, you have 4 lakh rupees. The car costs 6 lakh. Now you will say, okay, what to do next? Okay, one of my friend, I will lend some money from her or him. Take some money. You will take 50,000 from here because you have so much intense desire. You will call, oh, I want to purchase a car. Can you lend me out 50,000 money? I will give in 1 week, 2 week, 1 month. Can you please? Then we reach out to 4 5 people and then we arrange the money and then we take it. Similarly, all of us Now we are convinced that this human form of life is precious, and achieving Krishna's abode is the way and mean, or is our destination. We want to achieve that. So what we have to do? We have to be very firm in our resolution. We have to resolute in our desires, and then we have to constantly hear the glories of the Lord. Daily we should hear the glories of the Lord, and then we should, what we should do? We should walk on the path of devotional service. So the basic and the very simplest service all of us can do, even a small child can do, is to chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This chanting the holy name of the Lord is nothing but a service of calling Krishna, a prayer of requesting Krishna to engage us in his service. So prayers are the simplest service we can do towards the Lord. And all of us, and that's where, if you see, every time we perform some puja and arti, what we do? We we offer prayers, and prayers is the simplest service we can do. And through prayers only we can surpass this nuisance. We can surpass these troubles of material world. And the simplest of them is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So chanting the holy name of the Lord on daily and regular basis, what it does, it cleanses our heart. It cleanses our heart, and because of that, what happens? Our heart becomes purified, and the dormant love of Krishna is reignited. So because we are fanning with this the holy name, what it does, it reignites our attraction to the Lord. And if this attraction to our Krishna is reignited, that means our life is successful. Okay, so it's already 6:42. I will stop here. If anyone have any question, they can ask, or we can continue by doing japa.
Prafiji, it is true that at the time of death, whatever we think we'll get in that body in next life. Sometimes during a severe heart attack or accident or anything, even in the pain also, sometimes we may not think anything at the time of death. So what will happen at the time?
No, the Lord is very categorically in various instances. He have stated that if you have remembered Him over the time, over the years, so
Uh,
Lord is not very
uh,
ungrateful. He is very grateful. So He will remember you.
Acha, we will be very much conscious at that time also. Okay.
Yes, yes, because the
Mm,
pain is on the level of body, but the consciousness is spiritual. So on the, and if somehow or the other you are not able to remember Him, Lord will ensure that you remember Him, or Lord will remember Him.
okay.
Okay, Lord will remember you.
And that actually, I have seen my father and my grandfather. They have left this world chanting this one only, mantras only, God's shlokas only. But
Very nice.
that I was thinking, yeah, even, mm. मेरे फादर तो ऐसा पूरा 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 सब ये करके ऐसा बैठ के ही चले गए, बैठते बैठते बोल के। बट हमको क्या होता है वो मालूम नहीं, उसके लिए पूछ रही थी
Then
मैं
we should
प्रभु जी।
say we should not worry what will happen to us. We should only focus on the process, and the process
बस
itself will take care of us. Okay, so
ओके।
Krishna is cause of all causes, so He knows what we are doing and how we have given up our life. So if you give up your life, and if you serve in the whole life, He is not very ungrateful. He will be very grateful, and He will ensure that all of us go back to His place. Okay,
That is
so
correct.
we should only try to focus on following the process, chanting the holy name, hearing out the Lord. Whatever wealth, fame, everything we have, surrendering it to Krishna. So if we are doing that, we should not worry whether we will go or not. Krishna will ensure everything.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, when is Ekadashi? I think tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Ekadashi, but somehow I will be traveling. So you all can join in do japa.
Will it be falling tomorrow only, or a day means
I
after
think
all.
17th we are going to follow.
Okay. Prabhuji, I have to go somewhere. So can I observe it a day earlier or a day means ahead of it?
There is no, there is no such thing where we can observe one day earlier or not. But try to, even though are you going, so what is the problem? I mean, if you're going outside, you don't have to eat grain. That's all. Take
I'll
some
try.
fruits along with you, or some juices along with you. That is very easily available everywhere. Is it not? Or some milk or curd or shrikhand or something like that. Something made up of milk.
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah,
Okay.
try. Yeah, because the other day I will be also traveling. I will be in train, so we will not get Ekadashi food stuff. But we try to arrange something. We will take some fruits along with us, or we will take some milk product. That's how we will manage.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, Ekadashi is all about austerity. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
If you can do, it will be good.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll try. Yeah. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
sure. So, कौन जब करेगा? Who
मैं
will do
करता हूँ.
chapati? हाँ, लो प्रभु मेरा माता जी.
हाँ प्रभु जी, हाँ
Okay,
आप
sure.
कर
हाँ
दीजिए.
प्रभु जी, करेंगे।
Yeah, please
मैं
continue.
पहले
Please
करूँ?
continue.
कर लीजिए,
Yeah,
आप
sure.
कर लीजिए.
हाँ। चैतन्य सत्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 राम हरे हरे। हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे। Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Rama Hare 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 Hare Krishna Rama Hare 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 Krishna Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare सभी को धन्यवाद सभी को प्रणाम
हरे कृष्ण धन्यवाद माताजी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, 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 Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Hare 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 Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, राम राम हरे सभी सभी को प्रणाम सभी का दिन धन्यवाद सभी का
Thank you, everybody.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you.